kindness. For me, it's a word that evokes the true nature of a human being. Though it is so rare to find in our everyday lives and in our interactions, even internally, individually, the way we treat ourselves, the way our mind diminishes our own being constantly and relentlessly. When I observe what we're living in the world, when I observe the acts of violence, aggression, war, I do sometimes weep in my prayers and in my meditations. Sometimes tears run down my face, inevitably, without being able to control them. And I wonder, or I pray, for only one human being that can decide not to respond through violence and aggression again. No matter what has happened, no matter the atrocities that have been perpetrated to us, would there be only one human being that might choose kindness to respond to aggression? The turbulence of the mind is enormous. Our attachments, our ignorance runs deep. And whenever I bring this up, I hear, you have no idea what it is to lose your child, your wife, your whole family, your home, to be left on the street in the middle of absolute destruction. Yes, human beings, we are capable of doing this to each other, to one another. Yes, this is the world we have carefully and cautiously created. This is the reality we handcraft every day. This is not an accident. This is not a bad year. This is not a moment. This has been a continuous repetition of a pattern that is deeply rooted in ignorance, aggression, war. But this war is not going to be resolved outside unless we as human beings can dare to resolve it within ourselves, can dare to respond to whatever it is that life brings to me with kindness. Again, the mind sometimes thinks, oh, that's vulnerable, that's weak, that's submission. That would be permitting abuse. And my questions are, so does all that justify or finds a space of congruence within you to become you into the perpetrator of the same acts, or even worse, because now you're fueled by despair, rage, high emotion. We are the ones who perpetuate war. Sometimes these thoughts consume me, and I feel it is an eternal ocean of responses fueled by aggression and resentment. Sometimes I see the image of a future of desolation and destruction for humanity. And then, when I'm able to find my center again, to go back to my teachings, to go inwards, and place my mind in the observer position without judging, without criticizing, I remember that it is enough to end war by the kindness of one person. And I remember that that person is, it doesn't mean it's someone I have to find outside or I have to go and look for in the world to follow. That person is me. I can be the hope for humanity if I can respond to my everyday life with kindness. If I, when there's a discussion or a disagreement with my husband, can respond with kindness. If I, when I am tired and my child demands something of me that is way out the mark or taking me to the edge of my tolerance or my patience, if I respond with kindness, I can shape and handcraft the future of humanity right here, right now, within my own being, by choosing different, by choosing kindness no matter what. I am the co-creator of reality, and the echo of each one of my choices and acts of kindness will permeate the whole ocean of human consciousness, and hopefully more and more human beings will be able to download that echo of kindness and replicate it. Om